What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Grim Runner. It's your boy Clef Mercado. We back at it again with another video today, man. I'm out here in traffic right now, as you can see, on my way to the Venetian to meet my little bro. And while I'm on my way, I actually want to talk about a topic that I get a lot of questions on. So y'all know how I like to do. I like to basically, cover topics that get requested by my subscribers, or questions that I get answered on Instagram, in my DM. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right into it, man. Today we're gonna be talking about, should you lease or buy Dodge Challenger? Should you lease or buy your Dodge Challenger? This could actually apply to the Charger or any kind of car for that matter. But since most of my people in the community, or people who are interested in my videos, are more so interested in the Challenger, we're going to talk about the Challenger. Now, in my honest opinion, is benefits to both. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break down each subcategory and give you the benefits of each. Now, first thing, when it comes to buying the actual car, first off, you have to the first question you want to ask is, do you want to go used or do you want to go brand new? But that's actually going to be a totally different video, totally different topic of discussion, so I'm not going to get into that. So the benefits of actually buying. So just say you go ahead and you get you one brand new. With buying, basically you have full outright ownership of the vehicle. Of course, once you finally pay it off, while you're actually making your payments, it still belongs to the bank or whatever lien holder you have. But the benefit of purchasing a car is once you pay it off, you actually own the vehicle. You don't have to worry about how many miles you're driving on a daily. You can fully modify the car out as far as going under the hood and doing any type of performance modification. So those are going to be the main benefit of actually buying and purchasing the car. Now, there are some drawbacks to purchasing a car. Everybody know that a vehicle is a depreciating asset. So as soon as you pull off the lot, just know you're going to be upside down for the most part. So that's why it's best, at least in my part, if you're going to get a car, try your best not to put too many miles on it unless you just don't care. If you plan to keep it, which I think that later on down the line, the Challengers will be classified as some type of classic muscle car, and I think it's going to be worth a lot more, especially if they start transitioning to electric cars. So I mean, that's one downside, is the actual depreciation. Another depreciation is if you don't have, did I say another depreciation? I think I did. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to pay attention to this road. I slip on my pippin sometime. But another, my bad. Another downside to actually buying a car is, all right, my bad, y'all. I'm over here getting close to the strip. It's a lot of traffic right now, as y'all can see. We literally right here on Las Vegas Boulevard. It's the Venetian right here. So yeah. Got a lot of traffic. I'm trying to pay attention to the road and hold this thing at the same time. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it. Now, another downside to actually purchasing a car is credit. If you don't have the best credit, you go get stuck with pretty much shitty interest rate. And with a high interest rate, of course, you go have high payments. And if you never ever get your credit together, then when it comes to refinancing, I mean, you pretty much gonna be stuck with that high interest rate. So always make sure you have good credit, good enough credit to get a nice interest rate with credit union, or even honestly, like for instance with me, I have a Chrysler Capital. I don't have the best interest rate, but it's not sky high, and I actually improved my credit since purchasing the car. So I'm getting ready to refinance once I get the balance paid down on this thing just a little bit more. So those are my major my major little downside factors when it comes to actually purchasing the actual car outright, because once you finance it, you pretty much can do whatever you want to do to the car. That's the actual benefit. It's just a matter of you taking care of your vehicle like you want it to be taken care of. Now, on to leasing. Now, there's definitely benefits to leasing, but there also are very, very, very specific factors that you have to take in the hand when it comes to leasing. Now, with leasing, you always go get, for the most part, at least from what I see, and I don't know nothing about leasing as far as me ever leasing a car, but this is information that I gathered from other people. When it comes to actually leasing a vehicle, you can definitely get better payments, because usually they want you to come in with a very specific dollar amount, and you're going to get a set payment that's usually a lot lower than financing a vehicle. Now, I have heard some tips and tricks when it comes to leasing, that if you got very, very, very superb or great credit, whatever you want to call it, you could actually go into a lease and don't put any money down. You could actually pretty much negotiate that and come out on top. The only downside to that is you're going to have a little bit higher of a payment, but you can still jump in a lease just like that. Now, with the lease, you also have to take into consideration, for the most part, that the car is never going to belong to you. So there are certain restrictions, like you can only drive a certain amount of miles per year, or even if you go over that amount of mileage per year, I believe you just might want to kind of like balance everything out by the time you actually return the vehicle, to make sure you don't go over the actual mileage. And then also, of course, because you leasing the car, man, my bad, y'all, let me go ahead and turn this off, get my phone binging. Also, when it comes to leasing the car, you can't do any major modifications as far as anything to the engine. I don't really know about exhaust like that, but I'm 100% sure that you can't, unless you put everything back the way that it was with its original parts. But you cannot modify in the engine for, you know, any type of performance parts like cams or anything like that, you know, like rebuilding on the actual engine. So you don't have that benefit at all. If, at least from what I see with other guys that my bad, y'all, that have leases, I think you might be able to get away with a car wrap and swapping out the wheels, but even then you still have to take all of that stuff off before you actually take the car back and return the actual car back when the lease is over with. The good thing about leases, though, if you do like the car, I believe at the end of that contract you pretty much get an option to purchase the car. Now, I don't know what those options are. Like I said, me personally, I have never leased a car, but I have got answers from, you know, people that I know that actually lease cars. So yeah, man, that's gonna be my main breakdown of each of those. Now, I personally finance my car. Yeah, man, I'm driving down this little tunnel right here, and it's kind of dark, so we gonna come back right into it in 1 second. All right, y'all, we didn't kind of step back into the light a little bit, but me personally, I went with the financing option, just because I don't like restrictions, and I always had a plan in my head that I was actually going to keep this car and pass it down. I've always been a fan of the Dodge Challenger, and I told myself, once I get this vehicle, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna make sure I keep the mileage low. I've been having this car for over a year now, and I'm at 4,737 miles. So as you can see, I'm not driving it that much. I'm pretty sure working from home has helped that out a lot. But yeah, man, I want to keep this thing, and I want to be able to do everything I want to do to the car. Like, my whole purpose of getting the RT was to eventually, you know, once I get the balls to do it, is build the actual engine. Now, I'm not gonna screw it up right now because my car is brand new, but I'm definitely gonna be working on some modifications. You know, once the channel grow a little bit more, maybe I might not even care about this actual warranty on this car. So yeah, man, that's really my main reason as far as why I did it. If I would have maybe went with like a Hellcat or a Scat Pack, I more than likely would have went for a lease, because with those cars, even if you do modifications, at least from, you know, what I know, my hours of research, is they don't take too well to mods like how the 5.7 does. Now, don't get me wrong, if you can take your car to a very, very good shop and tuner with a Hellcat or Scat Pack, I'm pretty certain that you can do some crazy mods and get some nice gains. But you definitely come out of pocket for sure. You go come out of pocket. And that's it, man. I don't want to take too much of your time. That's just my little breakdown on why I feel, or my 2 cents, excuse me, man. I'm trying to get this video going and pay attention to the road at the same time. So y'all gotta excuse me, y'all. Now I'm going through this tunnel. Let me cut this off real quick. All right, y'all. As y'all can see, I'm down in this parking garage in the perfect spot with some light. So y'all finally can see me again. My bad about that. But yeah, man, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for the video. Make sure you smash the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go ahead and drop a comment, man, and I'll be back with another one.